Oh, I'm about to pull up, hanging out with the Tuskens. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going on a field trip in the sands of Tatooine. Not to just ride like a bantha, but we're gonna go single file to hide our numbers, to learn the culture and the viability of the brand new Tusken Raider Omicron. The tactics and skills which we are about to learn on these holy sands. I'm telling you, not even Master Kenobi can put down this humble yet powerful tribe. And if your opponents don't know what to do, the only bantha they're riding is this L. This Omicron is feeling hot! So get your resources, get some refreshments. Single file. And let's get this show on the road. Oh, I'm about to pull up, hanging out with the Tuskens. We're all about strength and numbers. Nothing can break it. The Tusken Raider Omicron. Ladies and gentlemen, Gunga the Droids is feeling hot and fresh in Galaxy as we're just off our first 3v3 Grand Arena week. And we had our first test. And man, we're getting a lot of fun stuff out of this character right here. We're taking a team that's Zero, the hero, and Sig from SWH Events made a little joke. Master Kenobi needs to get buffed. He is trash because he cannot face the sheer raw power of the Tusken Raider Omicron. This is one of the weirdest yet cool, cheesy, and possibly frustrating if you're on the other side of the Tusken tribe. In regards to Omicrons and Galaxy of Heroes, we have a lot to talk about here. We have some gameplay of me bringing the Tuskens on offense, doing some crazy stuff, trying to go up against Master Kenobi, Maul, but we have some footage of more reasonable things you probably should be doing with this Tusken tribe and the Tusken Raider Omicron up against things, for example, like INVINCIBLE, Finn, Captain Rex, General Grace. We have an assortment of random gear levels to help you know, figure out, get the intel if this Omicron is right for you and if you're gonna ride this bantha along with them. So the Tusken Raider Omicron, oh boy. Well, here's the thing. Say what you want about Lord Vader. Jokes aside, memes aside, opinions aside, when it comes to requirements, there's not a lot of dead room anymore inside of there. The Tusken Raider is one of the things required to get Lord Vader, and the Omicron really sweetens the deal. And because of how this thing operates, even though you don't need to have as well as the Tusken Shaman geared up to get Lord Vader, you can pull off some serious cheese just with the Tusken Raider, because you need to have it upgraded just to get Lord Vader. So you're gonna have a Tusken Raider if you pursue Lord Vader, and that's all you really need. Because how this works, I remember the first time I went up against Maul. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because I thought it was gonna be kind of like Geonosian Brute Alpha, where the Brute, the spawnable unit, once all your allies go away and the Brute's still alive, it just automatically passes away, it goes on to the Geonosian afterlife. It doesn't work like that with the Tuskens. First things first, it gives you that Genos and Brood-like thing where it brings you another friend onto the field. So you're gonna have two Tusken Raiders rocking alongside you inside of this team right here. And they're both act as taunting characters, both your Tusken Raider and the spawnable Tusken Raider. But here's the catch, Chief Keef. You can't just kill off and kill off the Tusken Shaman and be like, I'm done. Easy money, no. The Tuskens can't be put down like that. Because here's the thing, Chief. You can't win against the Tuskens unless you do one of a few things. You have an anti-revive ability. Django, for example. Disintegrates, for that matter. Supreme Leader Kylo, Galactic Legends, Sith Eternal, linking them and putting the Tuskens in the grave. If you don't have an ability that prevents revives, they just keep coming back if there is another Tusken ally present, and that also includes the spawnable units. So even if you try to go after the original Tusken Raider, kill them off, and the spawnable Tusken Raider is alive, that spawned Tusken Raider will bring back his brother from another Tusken mother back onto the sands of Tatooine, and you're stuck doing this juggling cheese fiasco right in front of you. So you need to have anti-revives to stop the repetitive revives associated with the strength and number Omicron on this Tusken Raider. Or even more difficult, you need to find a way to put out one big area of effect damage, AoE, one big booma kill that can kill both of the spawnable Tusken Raiders at once. So that way there is no other ally present to bring back another Tusken onto the field. So point being is, there's two sides to look at this. On offense, you're going to know the best situation to bring a Tusken Raider Omicron crew in, because you know that teams that focus on maybe single basic damage, high basic damage, insta kills like Captain Rex, but doesn't prevent revives, or teams that maybe have AoEs, but they're not strong enough to kill all the Tusken Raiders at once, you know you can cheese your way to victory. Or on defense, one, if your opponent's clueless, they never fought a Tusken Raider, or they just don't have the right team, they're going to get stuck behind them. They're going to get cheesed out of their minds, and it's going to drive them crazy. So I do suspect this Omicron is going to get some free defensive wins for a lot of people, because you can't just go in with raw single fire power damage and no anti-revives and expect to get out of it alive. And funny enough, the reason why I was Six League made that joke about Master Kenobi being needs to be buffed because he's so bad, he's trash. Because Kenobi focuses on high single damage. Commander Ahsoka, single target instant kill. Kenobi, single target kill. General Kenobi, single target kill. There's not a lot of Galactic Republic Kenobi teams that have a high burst AoE damage unless you bring Jedi Anakin Skywalker, and that's massive overkill on that point. On that note, oddly enough, it's kind of funny. It's the one of the situations where Lord Vader, I mean, if you're throwing Lord Vader at the Tuskens, man, you must have some deep fears about the Tuskens, and you probably should. But Lord Vader, Anakin Skywalker, General Anakin Skywalker have everything in their kit to take on Tusken Raiders Omicron. So I think that's a little funny. I'm not sure if that's intended, but it's nice to kind of know that Anakin, he's going to kill all the Tusken Raiders, not just the men, but the women and the children too. So there's two sides looking at offense and defense. And man, there's not quite an Omicron like this in the game. We're going to talk about mods in a second, how to make sure you're getting the most out of this particular Omicron right here. But there's a few things going on that I didn't quite like. Point thing one is you're gonna need to have a pretty fast to get a train rolling, to get the opening plays going, to kill someone off right away. So that's problem number one. You might need some good speed out of it if you want to try to leave the battle with high banners. Now you can put garbage mods on these Tuskens and just rely then on the Tusken Raiders to just keep spawning cheese, and you're gonna get some pretty low banners. So that's problem number one. You're gonna need some good speeds to at least get a good win out of them on the offensive. Secondly, it takes a bit of time for them to ramp up, because all allies are getting a 50% critical chance and critical damage and 3 speed for each living ally, and whenever an ally is being defeated. So as you're seeing with these Tuskens dying left and right and respawning, they're increasing the critical damage, increasing critical chance, as well as increasing speed. So and 3 speed is kind of a slow ramp up. You're gonna need a lot of Tusken kills to get that thing ramped up. But as you see, sometimes when you're wrapping up at the very end of a particular battle, you're getting a lot of Tuskens killed off, Tusken Raider killed off, and you're just going to juice up that speed over time, over and over again. So it's quite a simple Omicron, really. You're just spawning another Tusken Raider. You have a slow ramp up with critical chance, critical damage, and speed. But really what it's coming down to is the fact that it's so specific to stop this team. And that is, you got to kill both of them at the same time, or bring in an anti-revive of some sort, and that's kind of a small window of things that bring up against them. Now, are they going to be Galactic Legends? I'm not sure. A lot of the Galactic Legends have anti-revive stuff. Sith Eternal does, Jedi Master, not Jedi Master Luke, Sith Eternal, Supreme Kylo Ren, Rey, but Master Kenobi, Master Luke, they don't have any anti-revive stuff inside of their kit, but they still, Master Luke has a big AoE attack. So it's just funny to see Kenobi run into this perpetual loop and being overwhelmed by the sheer power of the Tuskens here. I want to bring your attention over to the game real quick. I want to review some mods with you guys. Now, my Tusken Raider, I don't think I modded it super ideally. For the Tusken Raider, if you're going to slap on that Omicron and you're going to want to have some fun with this, I highly recommend you just go for critical damage sets, crit chance sets, because they're going to keep reviving. They're going to do their thing. And as we're going to see, the most important character you got them out of, there's going to be ways to make sure you get a fast opening play and get a big hit right at the very get-go. You could hypothetically get like 100,000 crit hit right at the very start because of all the bonuses coming from strength and numbers, getting that extra 15% critical chance and damage for all allies at the very start of the battle. So you have a way to get a nice big opening play from the very start. I went with speed sets. I wouldn't go with that, even though I did put some speed with some offense and crit damage. That's another thing. I'd probably just put like offense up here, crit damage here, offense down there, crit chance, critical damage mods everywhere else to make sure you get a big opening hit from the very start. And the character you really want to make sure you have modded properly is very important. It's going to be your leader, most likely. It's a garbage lead. But it's really, again, the Tusken Raider Omicron thing, a one-man cheese type of situation here. But with single file to hide their numbers, you're going to get 100% turn meter and speed up. So currently, I have it modded for 327 speed. But remember, the Tusken Raider grants extra speed. So we are over 330 speed, which that is usable inside of a 3v3 Grand Arena situation here, because not a lot of teams are going to be over 330 because they don't have a lot of counterparts to juice up their speed that much. So if you get this to start off right away, you can have a pretty big insta kill play, because what you're going to do then is Tusken Raider is going to go out there and just pop a big Tusken ambush, calling someone to assist, and they're going to do 75% more damage. So you're going to want to ramp that up with the speed right away. And Tusken Shaman, I don't know if they were super helpful, but the cool thing about it is with the Master Storyteller, whenever any other unit is defeated, Tusken allies are gaining 25% turn meter and recover 10% of the health. So when that Tusken Raider cheese is happening, where one Tusken Raider dies, it respawns, you're not only getting the speed boost through the Tusken Raider Omicron, you're also getting 25% turn meter to get them rolling. So even let's say you can't outrun the enemy, you know, or is not feeling good, he's off his A game, and they kill someone off, which is likely going to be a Tusken Raider. Boom! Big push of turn meter, and then hopefully Aurora can do his thing and get the play rolling straight out the get-go. And the nice thing is you got also some health recovery and offense up. So you're going to want to have Aurora go first, but then you want to make sure you mod it so this guy's your second fastest, so you can give the offense up to the team, and then you're going to do Tusken Ambush with the Raider and kill someone off right away, hopefully. And if not, I find it highly... Here's the thing. I brought him in some extreme situations like Maul and Kenobi. I didn't lose. I just timed out. So I'm going to find it. If you bring him in the right situations, chances are you're not going to lose the battle. But you are going to want to make sure you go up against a team that maybe doesn't have a lot of protection, health regeneration. Because those Maul teams, for example, Kenobi teams, they have so much health protection regeneration. It was just really hard for us to keep up with it from a damage perspective. So last thing I want to note here... I'll say this, even though I heavily dislike that it's only for 3v3 Grand Arena, it really sucks. They won't let me use this in 5v5. Like, why? We have Wampa that can be used in both 5v5 and 3v3, and it's an underdog-based team. Big missed opportunity that we can't use this in 5v5. I hope CG changed it. That would be nice, but even so, I find this more useful than a Territory War Omicron. Territories, I only can use, 4 times a month, whereas 3v3, I'm guessing it's going to come back more frequently, but even so, in 1 month alone, I'll be using this Omicron 12 times, which is already several times more than the Territory War Omicrons. And Grand Arena is a lot more important than Territory Wars out there. So I gotta say this, it's a ton of fun to use this, guys. Probably gonna be my last funny Omicron for a while, because I gotta start hoarding up for Malgus, as well as the Grand Inquisitor coming out in June. So in the meantime, though, if you're someone pushing for Lord Vader and you want to make sure you have pretty much next to minimal useless characters, you're going to want to throw on that Tusken Raider Omicron, and don't even worry about having the other Tuskens geared up. This guy alone will carry it to victory. But until then, I speak at the English, my friend. Until then, dang, it's great seeing you. Thank you guys for coming out today, and more importantly, until we see each other again, always remember, I'm working on it, okay?